What's going on, everybody? You're listening to Season 3, Episode 14 of the Point2Point NHL Recap Show. I'm Pascal Pryor, joined by Mark Havak. Mark, I don't know if you can see too well, but I got on this beauty of a jersey. I think I'm going to be wearing this. I think that's actually all the games our teams are playing this year, so second time this year I'm wearing it, and it will be the last, but just wanted to show the viewers, because the Flames right now are kind of stinky, and Montreal, on the other hand, they're doing pretty good. How are you doing, though, Mark?
Yeah, I'm happy that you're wearing the jersey and I'm not wearing yours, because that would have meant that we probably lost a game that we shouldn't have at this point in the season. But I feel like it's all right for you guys. You know, you guys have been kind of playing well, and then you're not. But it's like you're not really near the bottom where you kind of hoped you'd be. So maybe losing a couple games isn't really the worst thing. But yeah, dude, I'm doing not too bad for the most part, and been pretty good. I mean, minus the last game against Detroit, the Habs have been kind of rolling for the most part, but it's a tight division, so you're going to have to win games, and that was kind of an important game that I wish we could have won. But for the most part, just kind of staying positive, bro. It's a long season. Like, for the most part, we've gone on some pretty good stretches here, right? Like, you're going to lose games here and there, even to the teams that you prefer not to lose against. But I mean, I can't really complain at this point in the season being third in the Atlantic.
Yeah, not gonna lie, your team's definitely a fun team to watch. I think I enjoy watching them more than my Flames right now. Let's stay in that Atlantic Division and talk about a team with a whole lot of drama going on right now. The Ottawa Senators, they're at the bottom of the Eastern Conference with a 3-6-1 record over their last 10 games and on a 4-game losing streak. As if things couldn't get worse, there was massive rumors kind of surrounding Linus Ullmark's absence from the team. Mark, just to start off, what do you think of the whole Linus Ullmark kind of absence and those rumors going on?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt like that if that whole statement didn't come out recently, I wouldn't even really been that interested to really talk about it. Like, I don't think it would really be a topic that we're talking about today. But I think it's honestly, here's my opinion. I don't think them putting out the statement was the right decision, to be quite honest. I think that it was a situation that was started on social media and gained some traction, but I don't think it was that necessarily that big where like the whole hockey world was knowing about it. Like, maybe as a Habs fan, I kind of knew. I saw some Leaf fans chime in. Like, I don't think even 50% of the league would have probably known about this, unless they put a statement out there. Now, I don't disagree with what they said in the statement. It's more just they're giving this situation more fuel. Like, you know what I mean? And now it's becoming a huge topic of conversation that people like ourselves and bigger podcasts and media platforms are going to talk about, right? To be honest with you, it's kind of just like, at the end of the day, like, it's really none of my business what's going on with Linus Ullmark, and if the situation of what they said is true or not. To be honest with you, I don't really care either if it is true. Like, I think it's just more the fans trying to. And listen, I'm not sitting here saying like it's true or not true. I have no freaking clue, dude. Like, you know what I mean? I have absolutely no idea. Maybe this guy knows someone that knows someone, and he got told and he just decided to say it, and it's true and they're pissed. Maybe it's completely false, right? But I think the fans are just trying to look at something like, this is why we're playing like shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's like family stuff going on. This is why we're playing like shit. Meanwhile, I think Brady's right in the sense, like, critique the on-ice performance all you want, but like it's starting to get personal.
Not even personal, but like it's guys that, like, it's people that have nothing to do with the team. You know what I mean? Like, it's the wives and girlfriends that are really being attacked the most there. Like,
and the one thing I wanted to ask you is, so I don't know if you listened to Friedman's pod after all this happened, and he basically said that if it was him, he would have, like, if he was like Batherson or Kachuk or Ullmark, like, he didn't name those names, but if he was in that situation, that he personally would have gone to management and said, "Get me the hell out of here."
Yeah.
And he's getting ripped for saying that. I don't get it. It's like, it's his opinion. Like, if he was in that situation that's what he would do. And I can't lie to you. I think I would probably do the same thing, because I think it's starting to get personal, and it's like, we're not playing well. Fuck it. Send me somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, I don't really care if you would do the same thing or not, but my question is more, do you like, do you think Friedman as an analyst saying that, like, he shouldn't say that? Do you think it's like he has this podcast and it's his own opinion and he's free to say what he wants? Like, I don't really think it was a ridiculous thing to say. He's just kind of like, if that was me, screw that. I'm getting out of there.
Yeah, I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to say at all, to be honest. It's like for some of these guys like Brady, like what, he's been there 8, 9 years now, you know what I mean? It's like Brady's like some of those guys have been there through the all-time lows, and kind of last season with them making the playoffs, you see that you're starting to come out of it. And now we're back where we're at now. It's like, this is a team that's back at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. You don't have your first round pick this year. Like you have to forfeit it.
Did I not say that was a huge mistake last year?
Oh, it was a huge. Well, that was more than that. This is the one that is from the whole trade
But that's what I
debacle.
mean. They should have gave
Yeah,
up the 21st overall pick
yeah,
last year and kept this one.
yeah. But like, I think if you're Elliot Freeman, it's like, man, like you have your own podcast, like you have the right to say that. If that's what you think, like go ahead and say that, man. Like to be honest, I'm kind of with him on that take. Like if I had the if I was playing for a team for the better half of my career, which Brady Kachuk is at this point, right? Like he's played for them for a while. They have not been good when he's been playing for them for the most part. And all of a sudden now the fan base is attacking not only myself but also my family. Yeah, like I probably would be kind of going to management and saying like, what the fuck? Like I think it might be time to part ways here. When it comes to the whole statement that the Senators put out, honestly, dude, I'm under the opposite opinion, pardon me, as you. And look, I think the statement it was good that they put it out. I agree with your whole part in that, like, look, it did draw more attention and more eyes to the whole situation, and there is people that maybe would not have known about this if it wasn't for the statement. But on the other hand, I'm kind of comparing the situation to the Connor Bedard situation from his rookie year, like with the Corey Perry. Like, you remember that, right? Where Corey Perry left the team and everybody was starting up the rumors about Connor Bedard's mom and Corey Perry. Like, I think in that situation, the Blackhawks didn't really say anything. They didn't really back their player. They were kind of hoping that, look, like this will just be a 1 day thing and kind of get swept away. And it didn't. It became this whole thing. And the Blackhawks, I felt, kind of almost waited too long in that situation to come out and say something or back Bedard. If you're the Senators, you kind of want to be looking at it like, we don't want to say anything that's going to draw more attention. But on the other hand, like to your point about like players coming to management saying like, get me the fuck out of here. It's like you also don't want to be backing your players and all of a sudden it's something that you think's kind of going to be a 1 or 2 day rumor, and all of a sudden it gets to the point we're at now where it's this massive thing and you didn't put out a statement, right? So I think for the Senators it's tough because no matter what you do here, you're going to have some fucking bullets fired at you, right? Like if you put out a statement, it's going to happen how it's happened. And if you don't put out a statement, like who knows if all of a sudden it does gain more traction, and then all of a sudden it's like the players are like, what the fuck? Like you're not even backing us here. Like this is bullshit. Get me the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Now at least it's like if it kind of helps the situation with the players a little bit, where it's like management, the players can look at it and be like, hey, like at least they are backing us with this statement, right? Like they are calling out the fans on their bullshit. Because to be honest, like even like here's my problem with this whole thing. Even if the rumors are true, who gives a fuck? It's none of your business, man. Like it's none of your business, dude. And to go out on Twitter like this guy did and say it how it is, it's like, first of all, I think there's a strong chance it's not true. I don't know if it's true or not true, but I believe it's probably not true. And second of all, if it is true, like why are you digging in this guy's lives? Like I think Brady Kachuk, the way he said it in his press conference, nailed it on the head, man. Like attack us for how we're playing on the ice. Don't attack us for personal matters or matters with our families. I think it's complete and utter bullshit. Same as Brady Kachuk, to be honest.
I
Mark,
got a
I want to.
couple, couple. I was gonna say I got a
Yeah,
couple more
go
things
ahead.
to kind of say, and honestly, maybe I don't know if it's like contradict your point a bit, but like, the one thing I will say, the reason I don't think it's true is because the guy deactivated his account. I just
Yeah,
feel like if it was a firm source, like, well, obviously he's not a firm source. Guy had 2 followers, but if it's like something that he knows is true and he's like standing by it, it's like it's a random account anyway. So it's like, why wouldn't you keep your account open? I just don't really get
Yeah.
that. Now, I do understand what you are saying by that. The one thing I do wonder too, which is kind of opposite and more on your side, is I wonder if like some of these guys were like, "Yo, you got to say something or
Yeah,
you got to do
that's the
something
other
about
thing.
it." Now that would make it different, but I agree with what you're saying, but the one thing I would say back and ask you is, so then let's bring up another let's I don't want to just like make a random situation here, but it's like, okay, let's look at another team that's struggling, like the Devils or Jets. What if like some random fucking Rangers or Islanders fans make some fake New Jersey account and start saying some bullshit about some of their players, and then it gains traction, and then so my question is it like, so every time this happens, like, is it going to be a statement from a team like that? That's more my thing. Like, it's like, okay, what if more bullshit comes out of it?
Yeah.
What if the Sens lose the next 6 games and then more bullshit comes out? Are you going to address it again by some random Twitter account? Or if it happens in New Jersey or Winnipeg, or even if when Toronto was struggling, if some fucking random fan from another fan base did that, that's the problem I have. It's just like, it's changing so much with social media, but it's like, I just wonder if this is going to start happening more and more and more. And it's like, I just don't know if we should be reacting to everything, I guess. That's just where I'm coming from.
Yeah, like I agree with you. I think honestly part of the issue is that like man, like in the day of social media, no matter what, people are gonna react, right? And like it's one of those things where it's like if enough people react, it's gonna gain enough attention. And like I think in this case, enough people reacted. Like I remember when I saw this statement, I was like, what the fuck? Like I didn't know about this. And then all of a sudden, I go on TikTok and I scroll TikTok for 2 hours before I go to bed that night, and every other post is somebody reacting to this and giving their take on the situation, and not even giving their take on the situation, but like giving their take on the situation as if it's 100% true and they know and they have sources. You know what I mean? It's like man, like nobody knows what's going on right now with Linus Allmark, except for the Ottawa Senators and the people in that locker room. Like that's the shit I hate the most about it, is that like me and you coming on here and giving our opinion on this situation and and talking about it is completely different from what I've seen on social media and from all these fucking TikTok losers. All these guys are going on there and they're like, "Oh, I got a source." It's like, and then they're taking screenshots of the guy's fucking Twitter account. It's like, man, like that's not a source. That's not a credible source. Like, what are we doing here? I think that's the biggest issue, is that in the day and age of social media, you have all these people that want to be like the Elliot Freemans of the world, but they don't know how to do it, and then it just adds to the fire. You know what I mean? Like, I agree with you. Like, I don't want to get to a point where we're seeing once a season you're having some team handle some kind of scandal in quotes.
Well, it's just so easy to
But
make a fake
yeah,
account and pretend to be someone you're not, right? That's just where I'm starting to like wonder. Like, I don't think this is going to be like continuously happening, but it's like if it starts happening a couple times a season or something now,
yeah,
like I can honestly see that as a possibility.
yeah. Like, I honestly wouldn't, like, with it how social media is nowadays, I wouldn't honestly not be overly surprised about that. Mark, I want to continue our talk about the Ottawa Senators, but sort of shift into their on ice play, because it really has not been stellar as of recently. How do you think they should approach the rest of the season? Because it is tricky with them not having that first round pick. It's like, what's the point of finishing low if you're not going to have a first round pick, especially yours, right? So, what do you think they should do here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the good part of it is more like you're not giving it to another team, I guess. But at the same time, it just makes that team that's under you pick one spot earlier, right?
Yeah,
I saw something yesterday. I thought it was kind of funny. It was like Vancouver's got their own first. They traded for Minnesota's, and right now they're still technically going to have another first round pick at 33rd overall because they'll be drafting the 32nd player. And I was
yeah,
like, oh, that's kind of interesting to think about. Like they've got 2 firsts and a second, but it's almost technically like 3 firsts right now. So for
yeah,
whoever comes in last there, that's their situation. But yeah, I kind of agree. I think like the way, obviously the whole situation that happened and like the way these guys kind of rallied together and made the playoffs last year. I'm assuming they're going to start fighting hard and keep fighting till the end of the season. But at the same time, like, I think I would more or less be patient for a bit unless you see like a goalie move out there that is okay for you and not going to like kind of risk too much of your future or anything like that. And I'd kind of just analyze if near the deadline, you're out of it. Like, dude, one guy that I just really hope can get out of this situation and potentially go to a contender is Claude Giroux in the last year of his deal. I really hope that he can get out of there and potentially fight for a Stanley Cup this year at the end of his career. Because, I mean, he just re-signed with them, but like, do you think he's coming back again, bro? Like, I don't know. That'd be one time in 4 years he's made the playoffs with them. Like, I'm not really sure where his head's at. And I mean, he's probably not loving this whole situation either, right? I mean, it's got absolutely nothing to do with him, really. But, and I actually think he's been pretty consistent this year. Like, he's got 32 points, dude. Like, I mean, he hasn't really produced at a point per game level for a couple of years, but he's a good veteran guy. He's a winger, takes a ton of faceoffs, like was a captain. Like, I think there'd be a lot of interest in him if he became available, right? And he's only making $2 million. I know he's got some bonuses and whatever. I'm not really sure how that would work once he gets traded, if that other team would have to take on those bonuses or not. But even another guy like David Perron, like you think a team's not going to take a stab at him to play in the bottom six? Hasn't he won a cup or two? St. Louis?
Yeah, I believe he did.
Been to the finals with Vegas?
Yep. See,
like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about your opinion, but I think I would, like, unless there's a goalie move, because I'm going to be honest, goaltending's been like, they haven't been great, but their goaltending is making them way worse than they are. And it's like, if their goaltending was even average, they'd probably be at least like within a couple points of the playoffs, I would think. You know what I mean? So it's like, unless there's another goalie move out there, I think I'd be patient till the deadline. And then it's almost like, okay, we're not going to make the playoffs. And like, we need to have some assets. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a second round pick for Claude Giroux and a third round pick for David Perron. But fuck, dude, at least it's something. You got Jordan Spence for a third last year. Like, you could even flip it for a player. Like, you don't have to draft with it, right? Like, they want to win. So, but it's almost like the Jets. You just kind of got to realize you're like got to retool on the fly. If the Jets aren't going to get back in here, fuck it. Sell off your UFAs, get some assets, try to figure it out next year.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think if I'm Ottawa, like unless anybody comes to me and demands a trade, like I'm being patient and I'm not switching anything with this core. As you said, like if you can find a goalie here for the right price, like I'm all for making that move. I do want to mention that they have signed James Reimer, I believe, within the last couple of days to kind of help out there.
They signed him to a PTO. He played one game for Belleville, and then they just signed him to an NHL contract today. Yeah. The problem, and I did see this too, is when this happens, the player has to clear waivers. And I wonder, dude, I just wonder if a team that's got a goalie injury right now, like imagine they went in and claimed him. Like that would suck for Ottawa. Because I honestly think they're planning on starting him tomorrow.
Yeah, well, because like their goaltending, it's like, I'm going to be honest, it's been bad this year. It has not been good, dude.
No, it's been terrible.
It's
been awful.
They don't have one goaltender this year with a save percentage above 900. And
dude, I don't think they have a goaltender above the save percentage of 880.
Linus Ullmark is 881. Okay. But like that's brutal.
Pretty close enough.
Like I get that Mads Søgaard has played one game for them this year, but in his one game he has a 17 goals against average in a.
To be fair, he played the second period against Colorado when he came in, and I think he let in 5 goals in the period, and I kind of just felt really bad for him.
It's tough. But yeah, like I think if I'm Ottawa, I'm not rushing anything. I'm not completely tanking and selling off. It's like, look, they got a good core. We know what they can do. If they can get a goalie in here, go ahead, make a trade for a goalie. And similar to you said, like if you have any UFAs that you think you can get some picks back for, I'd go ahead and make those trades. But like if I'm Ottawa, I'm kind of seeing how it goes. Because the other thing to say is like Ottawa, they are at the bottom of the Eastern Conference right now. But on the other hand, I believe they're only 9 points out of a wild card spot, right? It's like we just seen it with the next thing we're going to talk about. It's like all of a sudden you win 9 out of your next 10, you're kind of back.
It's actually only
right?
It's only 7 points actually. They got
Yeah, 7
45.
points.
Washington's at 50, 52. So, yeah, I mean, the problem is just jumping everyone, right? But I mean, it happened
Yeah.
to the Leafs recently. They were at the bottom. They've been able to jump a couple teams with a good stretch. So it's not impossible. I do think it's unlikely at this point, though. They're probably going to get in, but it's wide open in the Eastern Conference right
Yeah,
now.
you never know. Mark, I want to talk about another team that's made a big jump here over the past couple weeks. For the first time in a long time, the city of Buffalo has more than just the Bills to celebrate for. Shout out to the Bills last night getting that big win in the first round of playoffs in the NFL. The Sabres, though, over their last 10 games, they are 9-1, and they have jumped into a wild card spot. Mark, the big question is, can they hold on to this wild card spot and make the playoffs?
Man, I'm really hoping that they can. I would love to see playoff hockey back in Buffalo, and I think they've got some pretty passionate fans too, and that building would be rocking. Um, Dude, minus a pretty slow start, I think they've been surprising a lot of guys, dude. Like they've been pretty solid for the most part. I think that I don't know if you agree with me, but I think at this point it's kind of like they should just go for it. Like
Yeah.
I honestly, dude, I for the right price, I don't even have an issue with their first round pick being in play. Just top 10
Yeah.
protected. Who
And
cares? What do you need to draft another guy at 13? Why? You don't need to do that at all. It's almost to the point where you're going to have to start, if you want to go out and get a top six winger, you might be trading one of your young players like that Noah Usland or like Yuri
yeah,
Kulik or something like that, right? Like, I think this team's, honestly, I like their D. I think that their top four is pretty solid. And the funny thing is Kesselring's been hurt a ton. We haven't even really been able to see him a lot. But Matthias Samuelson's taken a big step this season, dude. Dude, I'm pretty sure I
yeah,
saw that he's got. I think in his career he had like whatever it is. He's say he has like 30 career points. Like he's already got 20 this year or something like that. Like he's already got 2/3 of the points that he's got in his career in one season throughout his whole career. I don't know if that made any sense what I just said, but you probably understand what I'm trying to say. But I will say that I think they should be aggressive and pursue a top six forward. I think it could help them a lot. Like even some sort of like guy that's been in the league for quite some time. Like, I don't know, man. I just see, I don't know if it's going to happen because I think Pittsburgh's kind of in it, but I would love them to go out and get like Brian Rust. I think he
yeah.
could help their team so much, dude. And he doesn't have any trade protection, I don't think, anymore, right? So you get a guy like that on a manageable cap hit for a couple years. They've been playing really well. They've actually been getting pretty solid goaltending too, but it seems like they are going to make a goalie move once Lyon comes back because Kekalainen doesn't want three. Because they got Colton Ellis and Luukkonen too. Luukkonen's been actually pretty good this season
He's
as
been
well,
a
but
lot
um,
better.
I don't know. I just don't see how your Buffalo. There's so much going wrong for so long. You had a brutal start this year. Everyone started talking about, oh God, here we go again, and it's like we're sitting here on January 12th, and they're in the first wild card spot, 4 points behind Montreal for third in the division, and they've got
Yeah,
2 games in hand. Like
yeah.
how you're telling me if they went out right now and traded for Brian Rust, unless they overpaid like a shit ton, like I wouldn't sit here and be like, what are you doing? I'd say, yeah, go. Fuck. This guy can help you the rest of the season and help you get into the playoffs, right? So I don't know. I've been really impressed, dude. I can't lie. Josh Norris coming back and being healthy has helped them a ton as well. But I wonder about the inexperience up front because it's like some of these young guys still haven't reached their potential, right?
Yeah.
And it's like I think it's okay to be like, all right, let's move on from one of them to get an established player. Like you probably got to give up a pick two or something. But I just think it's that time where it's like, dude, they're over halfway through the season and they're in a playoff spot. So I think that's pretty positive, right? Like especially after a start. What were they like 2-5 in their first 7 games?
Yeah, and I
Like,
think 3 episodes ago we were talking about them firing their GM. You know what I
is
mean?
it crazy that Michael Kesselring has barely played this season and I feel like they won the Paterka trade? Because
It is.
Josh Doan has been fucking good.
Like it's not crazy that you think that. It's more just like crazy that we went from like holy shit, Utah fleeced Utah fleeced the Sabres, so now we're all like holy shit, like
I
Sabres
will
might
say I never,
fleece
a
them.
lot of people thought that, but I
That
never thought they
I-
fleeced them. I thought they
I'll own up
won
to
the
it. It was me.
trade. I think the funny thing is, it's like I was almost going to say I think you're undervaluing Kesselring, but like he hasn't even really played. It's like Josh Doan's just a solid player, bro. Like I
Yeah.
think, and he plays like he's got that little edge to his game too, right? That it's like I don't think a lot of guys on the Sabres have, and it's like he's been able to produce. Like the guy's got 14 goals this year, man. So honestly, see, good for them. I mean, a lot better of a trade than maybe if you don't think that they won the trade. I mean, you can't really say it was a fleece at this point, but I'm happy for these guys, dude. I hope they become aggressive and make a move. Maybe grab another depth defenseman too. Like, fuck it, you got all your picks, bro. It's like, gives a shit. You give up a third or a fucking guy you drafted in the third round 3 years ago that you think can maybe be a bottom sixer in the NHL. Like, I think they should be like as much all in as they can be without being ridiculous.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more on that. I think they should be all in here. Like, who gives a fuck if you give up a pick here or you give up a younger guy? It's like you already got a lot of prospects still in the system for them, right? And like if I'm the Sabres, I will say though, for me, where it starts is you got to get Alex Tuck re-signed, man. You got to get him re-signed because
What's your number? What would you give him?
it's tough.
And
Definitely tough.
do you think since the last time we talked about it, do you think there's a very better chance that he's staying?
I think there's a massive better chance that he's staying. Like he's from the area. He's
Like, would you
probably
say right now he's going or leaving if you had to decide?
he's staying. I think right as of right
Sorry,
now.
I
Going or
staying or
leaving.
going.
You're not giving me an option there, Mike. You're not giving me an option. I think he's staying though at this point. Like the guy's from there, man. He's having a good season. Like Buffalo can pay him to be honest. You know what I mean? It's like if he's hitting free agency, like I don't know if there's gonna be a whole lot of better teams that he could go to that would pay him the dollar amount that he'd want, right? Like he can get the 8 year deal here too. He's 29, right? So Buffalo can give him the 8 year deal. And to be honest, like I wouldn't if I'm Buffalo, like I would not give him an 8 year deal. I think he deserves an 8 year deal. Like the other thing too is with him playing better, he's probably looking at this and being like, man, like if we're playing better, like we still got some young guys coming into the system. Like I, I think Buffalo could only improve going forward, right? So I think he could potentially be looking at as well and like, hey, maybe even going into the next season and going into the later years on his next contract, like they might actually not only be competing for a playoff spot, but competing for the top of that division and hopefully a Stanley Cup. When I look at Tuck, man, like I think between an 8x8 to 8x9, I'd be comfortable giving him. I don't know if that's like crazy, but what, like if you were the Sabres, what would you be comfortable giving him?
I think that I'll be honest. I don't think an 8x8. I don't think he's doing that at all. The way
Yeah,
these guys are getting paid. Um, I would be a lot happier if it would be under 10, but I think they might have to do 10
yeah,
or like 10-5, to be honest. I think he's really looking at Kempe and saying that like he can get that, but I don't necessarily think he's as good as Kempe. I think he's like a slightly little bit below him.
yeah.
Um, so I feel like, look, if they sign him 8x10, I think that'd be totally okay, to be
Uh,
honest. I just think the way these salaries are going, bro, it's like, dude, it's like even if you look at him as like a second line winger, it's like, bro, like first line wingers are getting like 13,
yeah, that's
14.
true.
That's what these get, right? So it's like, it's kind of just like he's almost in that tier now. Meanwhile, a year and a half ago, you'd probably be like hesitant to give him an 8x8.
See, like I'd be if I'm being honest, I'd be fine going to 8x10. I think if I'm the Sabres, I'd try to start somewhere between 8 and 9 and then see where things go from there. But like look, they're
I
probably
think
already into
that's
that
what the
process.
old GM was doing though. I think that's
Yeah.
what Adams was doing, and that's why like I think he was very playing hardball with them. But yeah, dude, and I just think the one thing too, it's like as much as he's from there, it's also like I think you got to pay a little bit of the Buffalo tax, bro.
Oh,
Especially
for
if he
sure.
signs this before they actually get into the playoffs.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? It's kind of like, all right, like maybe if it was somewhere else, I'd do 9, but it's like if you want me to stay, like I'll do 10. Like, you know what I mean?
Mark, I want to kind of segue the talk and kind of talk about the NHL landscape right now. For the second straight season, the standings they're super close between everybody in both conferences, and like not really, there's not really many teams that you can clearly say are out of the playoffs at this point. Do you think the NHL has a parity issue, or are you happy with where the NHL is right now?
Um, I, I do like it in the sense that it's pretty entertaining, but I think the loser point is really starting to show a lot more this year. Like in the sense that like Vegas already has 12 overtime losses in 44 games. And I
Yeah,
think a lot more teams are kind of laying back and playing that type of style, knowing that they could get a point out of it. It does make for like a better photo finish, though, right? That's the one thing I will
yeah,
say. As much as I prefer the 3-2-1 point system, I feel like it might become a problem if we add a couple more teams. Like I don't know if there's like a parity problem right now, but it is very weird that like the West isn't very good, minus a couple teams and the
yeah.
best team in the league, and then the East is very
Just
close. Like
close
Columbus and
everywhere,
Ottawa
dude.
are in last place and they're 7 points out of a playoff spot, right? Like the Leafs are out of a playoff spot. I mean, they are now, but they were 7, 8 points out at one point, I believe, and they're only 1 point out now.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, I will say, as a fan that's trying to hold on to a top three spot in the Atlantic, like I'm kind of shitting myself every night when I'm looking at who teams in the Atlantic are playing, and you know what I mean. And if they're playing a Western Conference team, I'm basically just cheering for that. Or if they're playing a division or another team from the Metro, I'm almost cheering for no overtime, right? Because it is good to get those points, right? But yeah, I don't know if there's a parity problem. I think it is just weird this year. I will say, like,
See,
I felt like even like a month ago it was like so close, and I'm like, ah, fuck, like I don't really think it's gonna be like this in a month from now, and like it still is.
for me, I agree with you on the fact of how they do the points, and I think they should change it for the overtime win, and they should go to the 3-2-1 system. For me though, like when I look at the NHL, I don't think they have a parity problem, man. I love this dude, and I think like what, to be honest, man, when I hear fans kind of complaining, like NHL fans complaining about all the parity in the NHL, like dude, I despise that, man, because it's like it makes it really makes it where almost every game is an interesting game to watch during the regular season, right? It's like that's when you have your most amount of games. We know playoffs is going to be exciting and you're going to get your viewership there, but it's like going back a couple seasons, it's like a Monday night in the middle of January, you might be like, oh, like fucking, what's even the point of watching some of these games, right? Where now it's like you have a handful of games maybe where it's like, oh man, like this could actually have like big implications on the standings, and you actually kind of are wanting to watch. And also the point that you said, it makes the ending of the regular season great, where it's like you're going into the final day of the regular season, and it's like you still have three teams that could potentially make the playoffs or miss the playoffs depending on what outcomes you have, right? Like I really do enjoy that part of the NHL right now, where it's like you have a lot more of these games where they matter and you kind of want to tune into them. Like I kind of look at it and compare it to the NBA, where I feel the NBA is the complete opposite side of the spectrum to the NHL, where the NBA it's like you got a bunch of really good teams and you got a bunch of really shitty teams. You know what I mean? And it's like a lot of those games are not entertaining to watch. It's like why am I gonna want to watch a game tonight when I know this team's gonna get blown out by 30 points? Where in the NHL, it's like you never know what's gonna happen, dude. And to be honest, like me being a Flames fan, I can really relate to like the whole aspect of like the Flames are out of it. They're not. It's not enjoyable to watch, right? It's like if the Flames were Chicago, it's like, hey, like maybe I'm probably wanting to watch like every game. You know what I mean? Where it's like right now, being a Flames fan and where they're at in the standings and like they're kind of out of the playoffs, it's like there's a lot more games across the NHL that I would rather watch. And to that point, it's like there's not many there's not many teams that are kind of in the same situation as the Flames. It's like you kind of got them, the Blues, the Jets, and the Canucks. And then in the Eastern Conference, like I wouldn't really say there's anybody in that situation in the Eastern Conference. You know what I mean? So I think that looks great on the NHL. That what there's four teams across the entire NHL that you probably don't really want to watch play a hockey game right now, compared to what it was probably 8 to 10 maybe a couple seasons, like 3 4 seasons ago. I love where the NHL is at right now in terms of parity. And you still got your really good teams, right? Like it's not like it's like, oh, every team's just it's a 2-1 game and there's no stars in the league. There's no really good teams. It's like you still got the teams like the Colorado Avalanche, the Dallas Stars, Minnesota, the Oilers, Tampa, even Florida when they're healthy. Yeah, Florida's, I'm going to put an asterisk there because they're not healthy right now and they're missing a bunch of players. But like you still got those like super teams, so to say. So I absolutely love where the NHL's at right now, Marky.
Dude, today there's a lot of games for a Monday. There's 9.
Yeah,
I would argue in some aspect that every single game I could take a storyline out of that I'm actually interested to see. And some of these might not even end up being good games, but I even look at Minnesota, New Jersey. I'm like, is New Jersey going to lose again? Like, what the hell is going to happen? You know what I mean? Buddy, they played the Jets yesterday, and it's like two of the worst teams in the NHL over the past month. And I was like dying to watch it to see
yeah,
what the fuck happened. I watched the entire game, dude, because I wanted to see, oh my God, whoever loses this game is going to be in fucking shambles. Like, even tonight, it's like, if I told you in October that the Panthers Sabres on a Monday night in January would be a big game, you'd probably think I was crazy.
yeah. Like I'll be honest,
Even
tonight, dude.
the Kraken Rangers. The Kraken have been in and out of a playoff spot. The Rangers, they're just letting 10 goals. How the hell are they going to respond? Like the Flyers are playing Tampa. They got pumped by them on Saturday, but the Flyers have been good this year. Like, are they going to be good? The Leafs have been hot as fuck lately. They're playing the best team in the league. Like Connor Bedard just came back. Spencer Knight, they're playing the Oilers. Like, can they win?
Yep.
I feel like there's every game. Like even tonight, I feel like there's some sort of storyline where I'm like, I'm not like all. I feel like other years I'll turn on a game and be like, I'll be watching it, but I'm kind of just like on my phone or
Yeah, you're
something and
like,
listening. But this year, dude, like I'm not gonna lie, half the time I got 2 screens going,
oh
two
yeah,
games, even 10 o'clock games. I'm watching 2 games at the same time, and I'm like,
yeah.
one of them with volume, one of them without, and I'm just like, just so interested to see what happens, man.
It's like to your point. It's like we have 9 games tonight. Look, for me, the least appealing one is probably the Kraken and Rangers, right? That's probably the least appealing one. But as you mentioned, like there's still some appetite there, right? The second least appealing one is probably the Canucks and the Canadians, just because the Canucks really aren't that good, and I think the Canadians should probably walk them out of the barn tonight. After that, though, it's like, dude, I don't know what game I want to watch, but every game I really want to watch, right? Like you mentioned Panthers, Sabres, big implications there, right? Lightning, Flyers, both teams are actually looking pretty good right now. Hurricanes, Red Wings, like those are two top end teams right now in the NHL. Then you got the Battle of the Brothers with the Devils and Wild, Stars, Kings, like that's going to be an important game. Oilers, Blackhawks, it's also the battle of Bedard and McDavid, and then you got the Leafs and
Yeah.
Avalanche. You know what? It's like there's 2 games tonight that maybe aren't super appealing. Outside of that, every game it's like I would really want to watch it. You know what I mean? I love it, dude. I absolutely love it.
And even I know this might not make it that appealing to you, but I even look at Seattle, dude. It's Capo Caco's return to New York. Like,
True.
what the fuck is he gonna do? Go out and get a hat trick? Like, you know what I mean? It's like maybe that's not super entertaining for some fans, but I just look at it that way. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like he can turn it on sometimes. Like, can he do something tonight and like stick it to them? Because I love hearing those storylines.
Mark, it's time to move on to our game part of the show. Today we're going to be doing guess the player. So we'll have a minute and a half to ask just yes or no questions and basically see if we can guess the player. I'm pulling up my timer now, Mark. I got my player that you need to guess up in front of me. Let me know when you are ready, and I'll start the timer.
I'm ready to go whenever. Are
Timer's going now.
they in the Eastern Conference,
Yes,
Atlantic Division,
yes,
Boston Bruins,
no,
Buffalo Sabres,
no,
Montreal Canadiens,
No.
Florida,
No.
Toronto,
No.
Tampa,
No.
Ottawa.
Nope.
Fucking team am I missing? Uh, who the hell am I missing? Tampa, Colorado.
We were just talking about them. Just a couple seconds ago we were talking
Oh,
about them.
Detroit.
Yes.
Detroit. Holy shit, that's embarrassing, dude. I was thinking like later in the alphabet. That's what I was thinking. Is it Dylan Larkin?
No.
Is it a forward?
No.
Is it a defenseman?
Yes.
Is it Axel Sandin Pellikka?
No.
Simone Edvinsson?
No.
Um, Bernard Docker?
No.
Albert Johansson?
No.
Holy shit, Ben Sherrod?
No.
Cider?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
You got it at 126. Buzzer beater right there. Yeah,
I didn't think you were going to do the obvious one.
I went with the obvious one because you know what? I wanted to just talk about him just a little bit here. Man, is this guy a stud or what, eh? Like, plays penalty kill, plays power play. Like when you look at Mort Seider, like this guy's a true number one defenseman, man.
Oh, God, yeah.
Me personally, I think like you have like I know Chris Pronger a couple of years ago was kind of saying like the number one defenseman term is a little light across the NHL, where it's like we call people number one defensemen, where it's like they're not on the first power play, they're not on the first penalty kill, like there may be a liability defensively, or they're like really good defensively, but not maybe the greatest offensively. Moritz Seider, dude, like he is a number one defenseman all the way around. You can play him against the toughest matchups on the other team. You can trust him to run your power play and put up points offensively. Like I love watching this guy, man. I don't think we've seen like a number one defenseman where he can really do it all the way he can since a guy maybe like I don't know, like Shea Weber almost. I know that's a big comparable, but like he's physical, he's gonna whack in front of the net. I'm not saying that there's not number one defensemen across the NHL, but I just don't think we've seen the type of number one defenseman that he is in a little bit.
Alrighty, let me know when you're ready, and we'll get going here.
All right, I'm ready now.
All right, timer start.
Are they in the Eastern Conference?
Yes.
Are they in the Metro Division?
Yes.
Are they a European player?
Not born in Europe, no.
Not born in Europe. Do they play on the Rangers?
No.
The Devils?
No.
The Islanders?
No.
The Penguins?
Yes.
They play on the Penguins and they're not born in Europe. Are they Canadian?
Yes.
Are they a forward?
Yes.
Forward. Canadian forward. Is it Sid? I feel like that's too obvious.
No. No.
Is it Kindle?
No. Good guess, though.
Were they a first round pick?
No.
They weren't a first round pick.
I'll give you a hint. This player was undrafted.
They were fucking undrafted player on Pittsburgh. Oh, it's Justin Brazeau.
Correct.
Yeah.
Fuck, I maybe shouldn't have given it to you then. I didn't think that was going to give it away. You did that in a minute 17, so.
It gave it away pretty big because I'm when Justin Brazeau was playing in the OHL, that's when I had season tickets to the Rangers, so I was like pretty dialed back then on all the OHL, and I remember him being undrafted and his overage year in the OHL. Fuck, what did he put up? Like
61 goals, 113 points.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous like that. Dude, that guy, man, like shout out to him though, eh? He's like
Dude,
kind of
I was hoping the
but
Habs were going to sign him as a fourth liner this offseason because
Yeah.
I thought he was a hell of a player last year.
big body too, man. Like he's physical. I love him as a player, dude, to be honest. I'm kind of happy It's figuring its way out for him.
Just tied his career high in points with 20. He did in 57 games last year. Well, actually, technically, no, he had 22 because of the trade. But, I mean, he's almost there. And, I mean, he did that in 76 games. He's only played 30 this year because he had an injury.
Yeah.
I think he's a solid bottom six piece. I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh could get a playoff team would want him. He's a big guy, bro. Guy's 6'5", 232.
You play him on your third line of physical checking line, dude. Like, you can put up some points, get some goals. I like it. And, like, what is he, 28, 29? Around there?
27 right now.
You know what I mean? It's like, I think this is a guy that's going to be in the league for a little bit and kind of earn his stay, I guess, because to really going back earlier in his career, like it took him some time to get into the league and kind of turn into what he is right now.
Yeah.
Overall, though, that's going to wrap up the episode for today. Going forward, we're going to be doing more Olympic talk as the Olympics get closer and closer. Also, with the trade deadline coming up, I think at some point over the next couple episodes, we're going to probably be doing a trade bait board and talk more about some trade rumors and players to look out for on the move. So stay tuned for that. But for everybody listening in right now, thanks for tuning in.